Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. Right, we're just etching into June here now, and something's very wrong here, right? Okay, we're getting like really nice weather in Scotland, you know. I'm no used to this. It's fucking roasting. Let's just get this over with, okay? Because fuck, I actually bought a lot recently, yeah, collection update. Let's go for it, right? Now, first thing on my pile here, actually, this was actually quite a sort of weird, I don't know what to call it. It was a weird revelation for me because I bought 3 games, right? Which I think they were all released a week apart, but I bought all 3 of them in a row, and I haven't done that for like years, you know? And it's not because I've been like kind of a bit cautious about spending the money, but rather that not really that much has sort of came out, and there's still like a lot coming out in the month of June, funnily enough, that I'm really interested in buying, you know? It's weird, it's like, ever since the PS4 came out, I honestly haven't really been putting that much time into it. I don't have that many games for it at all, at least not that many that I've bothered to like put a lot of time into. So it's almost in a way like this generation is finally sort of kicking off for me. How ironic that the Wii U is basically officially dead at this point, you know? I played a lot of the Wii U, to be fair, but whatever. Console war bullshit aside, that I'm sure you'll all talk about in the comments. The 3 games I got were Uncharted 4. Already did a review on this, so no need to talk about that. Doom and Overwatch. Now, okay, I gotta say, right, like I said, I did a review of Uncharted 4, you can go check that out if you want. Loved it, spoiler alert. Doom right here, okay, this was sort of an impulse buy for me, right, because I sort of like looked at it, and see, it's so weird that I thought this, because I looked at it and thought, wow, that's like a generic first-person shooter game. And we've not really had that many as of late, you know, like, you remember around sometime last generation, you got like a generic FPS like every other week, you know what I mean? But not so much these days. Not to say you don't get a lot of shooting games, but those sort of like FPS, fighting a bunch of like non-human enemies and stuff, you know, a la Halo and shit. You don't get those that much anymore. So I saw that and I'm like, you know what? It's actually going to be refreshing to play this. So I went into it expecting a sort of like bland FPS. Really don't know that much about the other Doom games. And I was really shocked and maybe even a bit disappointed that this game is not generic in the slightest. It has a lot of personality, a lot of charm, and is extremely fucking fun. Seriously, this really surprised me. I absolutely am loving this. I've only played it for about 3-4 hours, but I can't remember the last time I played like an FPS where just going about and shooting shit was like the main appeal of it, you know? Like, obviously sometimes you care about the story, you care about like other things like that, but sometimes you just want to shoot shit, and that's what this game does perfectly, right? It provides you with that pleasure. Really need to try the other Doom games, I think. Isn't there like a HD remake of one of them somewhere? I'll have to look that up, but yeah, Doom. Alright, next, Overwatch, right. I haven't played this one as much, and I'm sure you're all looking down on me at this point for buying, for being a console peasant, you know, not buying on PS3. But I gotta be honest, right, see, Overwatch, ever since I first saw it, like, I don't know how many months ago it was, but just like first seeing it, just like, even before like all the Tracer's butts shit that happened, you know, I remember just thinking, that looks really cool. I loved like the character design, which of course has been praised to high hell at this point, you know, that's all anybody ever talks about. And I don't know, it's been so like praised for just being really good that I felt like, you know what, I'm just gonna try this. And I've not played it yet, so there you go. But either way, Overwatch on PS4, take that for what you will. So. And now the next game, this is also on PS4, Valkyria Chronicles Europa Edition. Yeah, this is the remastered one for the PS4. Now, I was thinking about making a whole video on this, but I might as well just rant about it now. I bought this solely because, like, I chose to buy it because it was actually selling for really cheap. It's like 18 quid, like a third of the price that you would normally pay for a brand new PS4 game. And I like that, you know, I want to encourage more of that. Fucking Odin Sphere, right? is coming out like next week or something, and it's going to be full fucking price, you know? It's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that, right? It's like when you re-release an old game, a single old game that is, you charge appropriately for it. That's my philosophy. But yeah, I'm pretty much just going to keep this sealed. One of my favourite PS3 games for sure, Valkyria Chronicles. But I'm very upset because this is essentially the second time that Valkyria Chronicles 1 has been re-released. They re-released it on the PC, got shitloads of sales and acclaim for it, so they've remastered it with all the previous DLC on the PS4 now, and they don't bother with Valkyria Chronicles 2, or more importantly, localizing Valkyria Chronicles 3. Seriously, Sega, Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3, package them together and put them out there on PS4, right? You owe it to the fan base to do that, okay? Like, apparently, like, have you guys seen that, like, I really should make this its own video. Have you guys seen that, like, new Valkyria Chronicles game for PS4 that's coming out? Everybody's hating it, and apparently they've taken that feedback and are going to change it so that it, like, it's a bit better. I don't know how they're going to do it, but yeah, suffice to say that Sega, you don't know really how to keep the Valkyria Chronicles fanbase happy, do you? Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3, do it, right? Put it out there on PS4. So, yeah, that's that. Okay, next, this is something that I have wanted to own for a very long time, and it was pretty pricey, but I finally got my hands on it. Paper Mario, and it came in this lovely little transparent plastic case, which I think I'm just going to keep it in because I'll keep it well protected. Yeah, love that game, right? I played Thousand Year Door on the GameCube a good few years ago. Fell in love with it. Really wanted to try the other Paper Mario games. Loved Super Paper Mario. I know some people are a bit iffy on that. I loved it. And Paper Mario actually came out on the Virtual Console, and I picked that up immediately, played through it, and adored it. But I've always wanted to own it physically on the N64, and now I do, so I'm happy with that. It's good to have these like games from that series that I adore so much, especially considering where the Paper Mario series is going right now. Yeah. Anyway, next is Solar Jetman. Is it Solar Jetman? Yes, it's Solar Jetman. I just bought this. It was a $5 in a shop. I grabbed it. It's like, oh, an NES game. That'll look good on my shelf. I have no idea what it is. I will say some very classic NES style artwork. Because like, look at this. You've got like the sort of jetpack spaceship thing, which is standard. But then it's in between two cliffs, and on the cliffs it looks like flowers, but the sort of heads of the flowers are eyeballs and mouths or something. That looks like something you get. That's my first time actually looking at this. What the fuck is this? I'm gonna have to look up a long play of this or something. What is that? Holy shit. But anyway, on to the rest of the collection update, okay. Here's another two games that, admittingly, I don't know much about, but I know of them quite a bit. The Otogi games, is that how you say it? Otogi? I have no idea. These are original Xbox games, original Xbox exclusives, published by Sega and developed by From Software. The Dark Souls guys. Apparently they're sort of hack and slash games, you know, stuff like that. And people really love these, you know, I hear about these quite frequently. Because I gotta say, right, Sega had a really good run on the original Xbox, you know, like Panzer Dragoon Orta, Gun Valkyrie, Shenmue 2, obviously, Outrun 2, amongst others that I know I'm forgetting, but yeah, House of the Dead 3, I'm looking behind because all my Xbox games are down there. Let's name one more, because I know there was at least one more that I'm missing. Taking too long to look at all these, but I'm determined to get this right. Jet Set Radio Future, there you go, there's another one. So yeah, and those games, the Otogi games, they were kind of Otogi, I don't know. Those games, they were really like thrown into that like same sort of mix as like these just high profile Sega games that were really good on that console. So I always meant to try them out, just never got around to it. Saw both of them on eBay, bundled together. Good price, I'm like, you know what, sod it, let's go for it. And that's that. And lastly, again, more Sega shit right here. I have finally completed the Alex Kidd games. I got the other ones right here. We got Alex Kidd Miracle World. This one I have actually played. I played it a good few years ago. I think this was the first one. This is the one that was like built into the Master System too, so that you could always play it if you didn't have a cartridge plugged into it at the time. Pretty good, very retro, cool 2D platformer, you know. And the other ones are Alex Kidd in High Tech World and Alex Kidd The Lost Stars. Okay, not played these two ever, and the same goes for what I showed you in the last collection update, which was Alex Kidd in Shinobi World. Yeah, I really want to sit down and give these games a go, you know. I'm surprised that Sega doesn't do something like some sort of like retro nostalgia throwback HD re-release of those games. Aren't they doing something like that with Wonder Boy at the moment? I think I saw something like that. Wonder Boy is another series that I need to like give some more attention to, probably after Alex Kidd, but not before like Utogi, if that's how you say it. Anyway, that's that, guys. That's all the games, right? I'm gonna go try and like cool down or something, 'cause it's hot as shit in here. I got a light on, shining on me and shit, and yeah. See you after. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.